Hello and welcome. My name is Anastasia Zatula, and today we're discussing man energy of earth. Now, we already discussed man energy of air, man energy of water, man energy of fire. Now we're talking about man energy of earth. Man energy of earth, a man that have a lot of placements, especially Sun, Mercury, Mars, ascendant in planets energy of earth. These are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Now they're different, but they have similar features. Now this man, I would round up everything I'm going to say and tell you that these men are really good husbands. They are the best husbands. And if you are looking for a husband material, a man energy of earth is for you. Now, these 4 videos are a continuation of the videos that I did, understanding man, masculine, feminine man, and understanding man, what to expect from masculine, feminine man. And also I have a video answering your questions. So please do watch them. They're also very important. But let's imagine your man is completely energy of earth, which doesn't happen often, but imagine that he does have, and I met quite a few men like this. The thing is that my Mars is in Capricorn, so I attract men that are earthy, often, that at least have Mars in earth, and I will explain you why I attract men like this. Now, man energy of earth, a feminine man. This is a feminine energy. I want you to understand. So man energy of water and of earth are feminine man, and nothing wrong with that. If you think that, oh, that's it, I don't want him because he's not masculine, look, think twice. These men are really good husbands. If you like consistency, if you like security, these men are perfect for you. Yeah, you probably won't be exploring the moon with him, or you won't be diving into the ocean with him, or doing something unexpected, something spontaneous, but at least he will be he's very predictable and he's very secure. I would even say that with this man, you can count on them till the end of your days. They're this predictable and this secure. Okay, so as with every other energy, I will give you the pluses, the minuses, the appearance, how to spot them, the intimacy, the provider type, how to impress them, and how to conquer them, and where to find them, where to meet them. So for the pluses of energy of earth, now me personally, I'm not a fan of energy of earth, but I do have, I know quite a few of them, and they're really faithful admirers, I would say that. Yeah. So what are the pluses of man energy of earth? Well, first of all, they're very consistent. Now, if you are somebody who is looking for consistency, who needs consistency, who appreciates consistency, this man is for you. Very consistent, absolutely consistent. Like, they have patterns in everything, and they will just follow up on their patterns. Like, if they were telling their ex-girlfriend good morning, if their ex-girlfriend taught them to wish her good morning every morning, he will do the same with you. Like this is a man that are easily trained, and once they're trained, it's they will be forever doing the same thing. They are faithful. So they're faithful, maybe not because it's not because they don't want to cheat, it's because they're so consistent that they just don't see a point, and somewhat lazy to go and find somebody to cheat with. So they are very faithful, they're very diligent. So if something needs to be done, they will do it, and do it good. You can count on that. If you are planning a trip to Italy, you wouldn't be just booking a Airbnb 2 days before your flight. He will make sure that he will book everything and have everything printed and ready half a year in advance. Well, maybe not in the modern times, but at least before, for sure. So they always analyze everything. Always everything is like this, like thought through. Another thing is they are very conservative. So if you like a man who is a little maybe old-fashioned, maybe a little likes likes conservative ways of living, and this man is for you. This is energy of Earth. Doesn't mean that they're absolutely boring and dress like Peaky Blinders. No, they're not. They can dress very fashionably, honestly, but they're just conservative in according to the standards of their lives. So, for example, if a guy is from a full family with mother and father, he would expect the same from the spouse. So he would want to have a wife that is with him for the rest of his life. Like this, they are very they appreciate the conservative approach to life. And if you are like that, you will like a man like this. Like, because of my Mars and Capricorn, I am conservative in certain ways, and I appreciate when a man is conservative. Doesn't mean that I'm boring and I don't do nothing spontaneous. It's not true, but I appreciate certain conservative things in life, so to say. Now they're very confident, and I would say that they're confident in their comfort zone. So in their house, in their area of life, in their work, in their business, in their country, they are very confident. So they know everything. They know how to approach everything. They know how to do everything. They are really good at that. Now the minus here, once you will take them out of that comfort zone of that safe place, so to say, they don't become very confident. But to remain confident, they don't usually go somewhere without the thorough planning. But in their life, they are very confident. Why? Because everything is pre-planned. They live according to certain patterns, so they're very confident. I mean, women energy of Earth are the same. They're very confident as well. Why? Because they know exactly how to live their life. They know exactly how their day will be. They plan everything. They have these plans for a day, for a week, for a month, for a year, for the 10 years. You know, you ask them, what do you want to see yourself in 10 years? They know, they will tell you exactly. So they are very confident, and they will make sure that they stay in the confidence. Even if they're traveling somewhere where they've never been before, they will make sure, they will create the circumstances that will keep them confident. Now another positive about them, they're very secure in their decisions. So once they make a decision, they are very they will go through with that decision. They're very confident. So they don't ask somebody, what do you think? Is the sweater looks good on me or not? Like, once they decide to buy the sweater, they will think the sweater is the best thing there is in the world, like that. And that security, that confidence in their decisions convince others that that decision is the best. I even often catch myself when I am with somebody energy of Earth, because they're so confident in what they are saying. Sometimes I start doubting myself because they're so confident in what they're saying. They're confident in their opinions, in their decisions, in basically in everything in their life. It could be absolutely wrong, but because they're so confident, others start kind of doubting, you know, if he's so confident, maybe. So that's like this. But for somebody who is undecisive, who is maybe not as willing to make decisions, maybe a man like this would be really good. They always have a plan. I think it's understood. So even in the worst case scenario, they have like 5 or 6 plans. Always have a plan. Always make sure that plan works. Always have plan B. Always have plan C. I mean, I admire these people, honestly. They're good like this on the plans. They always know how to act in emergencies. I think in an emergency, I would want to have energy of Earth next to me. I honestly appreciate my friends' energy of Earth, and I don't have too many. But why I don't have too many? Because they ground me too much. You know, I want to fly, and it's a little. I will get to the minuses, but it's a little hard to fly with them. But when I need grounding, when I need to feel confident about myself and what I'm doing, who do I contact? I contact the energy of Earth. Why? Because they're so sure about themselves. They will make me sure about myself, and I don't have issues like this. But from before, I remember I used to always contact somebody connect, or maybe meet for lunch or something like that with somebody energy of earth. So in the emergencies, they always know how to act. They always keep a cool head. They never overreact. They're very analytical, so they always think through before jumping to conclusions, like what energy of water would do, or acting like thoughtlessly like energy of fire would do, or just ignore like energy of air would do. They have planned and they know how to act, honestly. They usually have a perfect house or apartment. The place of living is very important for them because it is their safe zone, so to say. So they usually have a really good house, a really good apartment. It is very important. So if you don't want to have a house and you just want couch surfing for the rest of your life, this is not a man for you, because for him, his house is like a safe cave. And he will invest a lot of money into that house. Honestly, everybody I know who is energy of earth, for them to have a house or apartment in a really nice area, a really nice one with a really nice interior design, or at least a very nice like the apartment has to be done, the repairs has to be perfect, everything should be working perfectly, is very important. So if you will start dating somebody like this, chances are he already has a house or an apartment. This is like number one thing for them to even consider in their life, like their house, their apartment. I have this friend, he has a few houses, and every time he tells me, Anastasia, you need to buy a house, how long are you going to be renting? And for me to buy a house, I mean, I don't mind to buy a house, but it's scary for me. I will be stuck in one place. On the other hand, for him, he just doesn't understand how it is not to have like a place where you can put your roots. So they for sure will have a house or apartment somewhere, maybe not in United States, but somewhere they will have, and it will be nice. So you don't need to worry about this. If he doesn't have it, maybe he's super young or something, chances are he's saving for it and he will have it very soon. So if you want a man with the house, energy of earth is for you. Now, in not very good cases, he might be spending all his life paying for that house, but look, that's why you are coming in with your energy, and you will make sure that he will have more money. They have the best credit score. This is because I'm from United States, I know how important it is. So if you need a man with the best credit score, that's a man energy of earth. They really, and from my experience, from my career in finances, I will tell you, if I have like my client's energy of earth, I knew I didn't even have to run their credit is always good. So if they need to get like their business needs to get some kind of lending, or if they need to do some kind of refinancing, I know that they will qualify just because their finances are always in order. Their credit score is always perfect. They don't have any kind of delinquent payments or anything like that. So you need a man with the good credit score, with the good savings, with good 401k. The man energy of earth is for you. Also, I put it in pluses here, they are very analytical, which is also good. Like me, I'm energy of water, so I'm more emotional person. Energy of earth people are good for me because they're analytical. If I'm making my decisions often based on my emotions, it is good to hear what they have to say from their analytical point of view. So it's good to brainstorm with them the decision that I already made. Like, for example, if I decide to like for the sake of this video, to buy an like apartment, and and I would brainstorm it with somebody energy of earth. I would want my realtor and my agent to be from my broker to be energy of earth. Why? Because I can really brainstorm it with them, like the areas that I want to live in, the buildings that I would want to buy an apartment in. They would definitely give me their opinions. And this is exactly what I did when I wanted to move from my apartment on Sunny Isles. I spoke to somebody, energy of earth, and she basically gave me such a good reasoning that I was like, Yeah, my apartment is actually the best option right now for me. So I stayed because of her analytical thinking. Her analytical thinking changed my perception and my emotional state about the apartment. You see, so I think it is a huge plus for them, especially for women that are emotional or maybe um, too action oriented, you know, that are focused on actions and never on their mind. Now, what are the minuses of this amazing perfect man? Now, the minuses are that they are, I think this is the first one and the most important for me at least, they're pessimistic. You would say that they're realistic because they're so analytical, but often that realism brings them to pessimism and they become almost unbearable, you know. Like, for example, these are the people that always say, in this economy, or I can't believe eggs cost this much now. These are the people that would speak like this. The funny thing is, they have the money for the eggs, and they really frankly don't believe that the economy is that bad. But they constantly speak about this, and they come off as very pessimistic, and they program themselves to be to focus on negatives instead of positives. You see, because they are not as like energy of air or fire that's confident in themselves, that they basically that they can change anything at any moment. Man energy of earth need to control their present right now. So if the eggs went up, they need to think how much more money they need to make sure they can afford those eggs 20 years down the road, like this. So that makes them pessimistic. They try to control the situation around them at this moment. And so if you will, like for example, if they have a wife and she wants to buy something that is not in their budget, and that something probably cost around $5,000-6,000, and his income is not that high, that would be a huge dent on his plans. So for him, it would be a stressful situation, and he will start analyzing and finding ways how to cover that unexpected purchase. So and that's why he wouldn't be maybe very happy or very excited about her getting something, because he thinks about the expenses that are coming with this purchase, like that. Now another minus that I would say is it's very hard for them to change. For ladies that are so that want to constantly change, move around, that like doing spontaneous things, manage of earth are probably not the best decision. Why? Because they're impossible to change, you know. Like, I know this man, he's man energy of earth. He been eating the same cereal for breakfast since he was 21. So he moved to United States when he was 19 or something like that, I'm not sure. So when he was very young, and somebody, so he was a guest in somebody's home, and somebody made him for breakfast the cereal with milk, whatever it is, I don't know, I don't eat cereal, but, and he liked it so much that he's right now in his 60s, I think, and till now he still eats. 40 years down the road, he still eats the same thing, like that. He doesn't even try different kind of cereals. I often laugh at him. I tell him, if they will discontinue this cereal, you probably will die from hunger, because he doesn't eat nothing else for breakfast. Sometimes when I visit him, I make myself eggs or something like that, or I tell him, let's go have breakfast somewhere, and he's like, no, you know, I don't think they have my cereal in restaurants. So it is like, for me it doesn't matter, because he's just my friend, you know, and it's almost comical for me. But I know people like this, and I know they live with men like this, and women constantly complain that he's not changed and that he's not willing to change. Okay, but this is the man you chose. It is hard for them to change. Honestly, this is the hardest sign to change. They will fight you and fight you and fight you, and it has to take time for them to change. Like, really some time, you know. Like they say, a drop of water breaks the stone. That's basically what it is. You need to slowly, little by little, speak to him, bring some kind of ideas, proof that it could be better, and slowly introduce new idea into him. And the harder and the older they become, even harder it is to change. My clients, women energy offers, it's hard for them to change, but once they change, the results are amazing, you know. But I know how hard it is for them to change. It's unbelievable. So another thing that is a minus, it's not easy for them to commit. So because energy offers is so diligent and so faithful and so consistent, it's hard for them to let people in. Because once they let somebody in, it's like a forever relationship. So it would be hard for them to let go of somebody. That's why they're very slow letting somebody in. They don't trust everybody. They're very cautious about who they, unless they have different energies in them. But they're usually kind of cautious. They have a pretty good feeling about people. And they slowly let people in. So if you believe that you start dating a man energy offers and he will marry you tomorrow, you're mistaken. Unless he has Mars and some kind of crazy planet, he is not. He probably will date you for 2 years, then buy you an engagement ring, then another 2 years until he will finally start planning the wedding. But once they will commit, that's it. That guy is forever with you. I mean, you will divorce him and he still will be there for you. They're really, really good once they commit. Like they're good, consistent partners. Whoever it is, you know, even if it's a business partner or it's your friend or something, if a person energy offers lets you in your life, it is forever. My friends, I have a friend since childhood, since kindergarten, energy offers. My most significant friends in United States are the ones that I met when I first came, and they were energy offers. And to tell you the truth, the friendships last, thankfully to them. I wouldn't say even thankfully, not thanks to me, because they're so consistent, you see. So yeah. Basically, they are very. I actually was not dating. I liked the guy, man energy offers, very much, and I couldn't. Right now, I would act different, but at that moment, I couldn't stand that he was so much that he was so committed to another woman. They were just friends, honestly, but he was so committed, and he said, she's the first person I met when I moved to United States. He moved when he was 15 and he went to high school here, and she basically was in school with him, and he's so loyal to her till now. She's married, have kids, but he knows there is nothing for him, but he just couldn't let her go because of how consistent he is. All right, the next one is they're very stubborn. They will fight with you, and it's so hard to convince them otherwise. Unless you're an authority figure to them, it's almost impossible. They are very stubborn on what they do, stubborn on what they say. Another minus that I could say, they get chubby. And usually when they gain weight, that weight stays with them. It's hard for them to lose weight. It's hard for them to gain weight. They don't gain weight fast, but if they gain, it usually stays with them. So if you have a man energy of earth, motivate him to do some kind of sport, because it won't be easy in the long run for him to lose it. Another negative for the marriage of earth is they don't fly too high, and I think it's one of the reasons why I don't socialize with them too much is because I could not take this. Like, so my ambitions are very high sometimes. That's why I like socializing with people energy of air, because for them there is no limits, you know. Even sky is not the limit. But for people energy of earth, they're very grounded, you know. It's like this. Like, for example, if I will tell somebody energy of earth, if I will tell a man energy of earth, let's buy apartment in Italy. It's not that expensive. Some of them are the ones that need repairs, cost like 15,000-20,000. You can buy, not bad one. But then he will start. Wow, this is another expense. Then we need to do this. We need to pay the lawyer. We need to pay the broker. We need to travel there. Plus, we need to spend on renovating, you know, and all this kind of all like all of this all this thought process is already ruining it for me. So they never really fly too high. They're okay with what they have. They're okay with what they can afford at this moment. But for a woman that flies too high all the time, a man like this might not be a bad partner. So he will ground her. Usually it's vice versa. It's women that ground men, but but there are women that are masculine. They need a man who will ground them. They would never think about, like, if they used to go to if they used to get coffee on the gas station for $1.50, they're not going to go to Starbucks and get coffee for $5. Like, they don't fly high. I mean, if they will start making a lot of money, they will elevate themselves to upgrade themselves to Starbucks, but it's not a fast process. They wouldn't sacrifice their long-term kind of goals for to look fancy at this moment. And they man energy of Earth hardly ever have feelings. They are somewhat dry. I mean, it sounds bad, but this is true. This is the man that will tell you, I love you once and never again. Unless you train him to say, unless you tell him, it's important for me to say I love you. So every day he'll say, I love you, I love you. He wouldn't probably mean it. He would just say it because he knows he has to say it. It's a pattern, like that. They're not very emotional. They're not very passionate. They're just consistent, and that's what makes them great. So if you're expecting out of man energy of Earth some kind of grand gesture, don't. His grand gesture would be that he got you life insurance, and he opened your saving account, and he bought you a really good diamond, not some kind of lab made, but a really good clean diamond, like really good quality. That would be his love language. Appreciate him for what he can give you. Don't try to squeeze juice out of something that there is no juice at all. These are not meant for that. So, but for somebody, it might be a deal breaker. All right, so their appearance. Now, appearance-wise, these men are handsome. Now, they have these strong features, but not as bright, like energy of fire, but more dull, but strong features. So you can see they either have big jaws, like the square jaws, or something, it's like their face, you can see them. It's noticeable. It's not like energy of water, cute. It's not energy of air that's like unnoticeable, or energy of fire that's very bright. But this is noticeable, like a little even heavy, you can say. But it's handsome heavy. They usually somewhat stocky. So I hardly ever met energy of Earth that's very skinny. Usually they're not. I wouldn't say that they're chubby, but they have body around them. They usually have broad shoulders, man, and as I said, their features are hard, so then they don't have soft features like energy of water. How do they dress? Very conservatively. So this is the old money type of dressing. They dress really. If you want a man that dresses nice, this is a man for you. They always dress nice. They have amazing style. They choose quality pieces. They don't flash their money, obviously, but they always have they're like quite nice luxury. These men are amazing. When they dress, they usually dress in shorts and some slacks. They're good. Even when they're young, they like Loro Piana right now is very fashionable. They would prefer Loro Piana any day over something not as conservative. So they're conservative in their dress. They don't experiment much. Once they have their style, they stick to the style. But they do always they look neat, and you will like how they look. These men know how to dress. Honestly, even when they work in some kind of not dressy job, they still look always put together. Now, with the appearance, they don't experiment at all. They have the same hair, the same the same beard probably all the time, so they wouldn't be doing nothing. So if you are afraid that you will marry him and he will color his hair blonde, don't worry, he won't. Like that. All right, so in intimacy, they're not very good lovers, for two reasons. So there is two types. If you will, so they either do too much actions, too much consistent actions, but without any kind of, how to explain it, like if you are with the guy in bed and he just doing movements without any kind of reference, how I feel, or do I feel anything at all, or they're absolutely lazy. So it's one or the other. Now they are not going to be doing different tricks, they are not going to try nothing new. They are very consistent and bad as well, and very conservative. So they don't do much in bed. They can, if they want to, they can put the effort, but it's not really what they're known for. So managers are good on paper, but they're not good in bed at all. This is exactly what you can say about them. They're somewhat lazy. If you want them to try harder, they will, but they wouldn't do it because, okay, so I think she likes this, let me try to do it more. It's more like, okay, like this, what, tell me what to do, I will do it. Like they don't feel a woman at all. So yeah, basically like this. That's what you can expect with them in bed. Again, these are good husbands, they're not good lovers. You want a good lover, then get yourself a manager of water. Provider. Now, on the other hand, they're the best providers. They're the best consistent, grounded providers. So if you want a good man that will for sure pay rent, buy food, have you covered, the house insurance, the life insurance, the pension, the 401, the IRA, this is the man for you. He will have everything perfect. He will not only provide, he will also have good chunks saved. He will have a good business. Even if he doesn't have a business, he will have a good investment portfolio. These men are not risky. They're not going to be investing in Bitcoin. They're going to be investing in some blue chip stocks. I mean, they're really, really good like that. So if you want a man that you know that you're behind the brick wall and you are completely protected materially, this is a man for you. Now, on the other hand, they are not huge spenders. So they don't mind to spend on the good food. So they like quality food, they like quality living, quality traveling, but they're not going to splurge on something that doesn't make sense. So they're not going to go to a club and buy a bottle of champagne that costs $20,000 if he knows that he can buy that bottle for $500. Like that. These men are not, he's a man like this will not buy you 1,000 roses if he thinks that it would be much better to buy you a 2-carat diamond that will serve you probably longer. Well, I don't think it's the same price, but even a 1-carat diamond will be a better investment for him than 1,000 roses for you, just because, I mean, it does make no sense for him. So don't expect from him a grand, silly gestures. This man will not do it for you. They are so thoughtful, every penny is working for them. He would not understand why should he spend his pennies on roses if they will die tomorrow. Now, if he has the standard, if, for example, his father was buying his mother roses every week, he will buy you roses because this is kind of his standard. But he will not do it because he just feels great. Like, he will buy you an expensive stuff, expensive bags, because you will be like his apartment or his car. Always have nice cars also, but not flashy. They like to invest, but they invest more into long-term kind of dividends than short-term. So if he's buying you a present, he will buy you a nice bag, but he wouldn't buy you a bag that you wouldn't be able to resell. So he would rather buy Hermes than Gucci. Why? Because Hermes you always can resell. Gucci, you know, probably not as not for that much. Like this man, I don't say that they're cheap, they're very practical, you know. If you want him to spend money on 1,000 roses, you better justify it. You better justify it. How is he going to get dividends in the long run? For example, I knew this couple, they are bloggers, pretty famous too. Not going to mention them, but not going to mention their names, but he's energy of earth, she's energy of air. I don't know, honestly know how they live together. I don't exactly know their charts that much, but all their splurging and spending, the woman basically justifies that she's getting more followers, she's getting paid more, and that's basically, that's a good investment. That's the only reason the man is actually spending money on stuff that is not necessarily. Now, he is not, this man is not going to buy you presents every week. That's not his style. He needs to think, analyze what would be a good present. He's not going to buy just something. He will have to listen to you, ask you 1,000 questions, what you like, what you don't like, before he will buy you something. Once he will buy you something, he will have to present it somehow. So it's not an easy process. Presents don't come like 1, 2, 3 for this man. It takes time. Now, but when they buy presents, it's usually good presents, and they love women that love themselves. So a man like this is not going to buy you something in the dollar store. If he's buying you a present, it's going to be a nice present. I can guarantee you. You don't even have to tell him something. He just needs to know what your standard is. So if I only wear cashmere sweaters, he will notice that, and he will never buy me a polyester sweater. I can guarantee you that will never happen. If a man, energy of earth, will see that I wear only diamonds, no chance that he will buy me cubic zircon. There is no such thing. He will buy me a better diamonds that I have, like that. They are very thoughtful, and they see obviously who they dating, how they dating. So, but their presents are usually good, better than what you have now. So if you come with a Chanel bag, chances are he will buy you, if he will decide to buy your bag, he will buy you Hermes, because I think Hermes is the only one that can compete with Chanel this on price points, I mean. And they know all this. So all right, so this is about the money. This man is good on papers. If you want a man good on paper, take him. Yeah, he may not be taking you to the most expensive restaurants at once, but he will definitely be spending. And it just won't be as frequent as energy of fire, for example. But in the long run, he will be the one who will give you the most, probably, if you have enough patience on this. How to impress a man, energy of earth. So let's imagine you just met a man, energy of earth, and you want to impress him. You really want to be with this man. Now, this is what you need to do. You need to be practical, but not frugal. But practical. So, for example, you don't say him something like, so he's inviting you for dinner, and you tell him, no, let's not go to a restaurant. Let me better cook for us, because it's super expensive. He wouldn't like that. Don't put yourself down. Remember, this man, they want to have what is the best in whatever they can afford, so to say. So they wouldn't want a woman that downgrades herself. Nobody would want that. But man, energy of earth, want some kind of diamond. Be that diamond. I mean, you can tell him something like, yeah, let's go to this place. They have a really nice ambience, and the service is amazing, and the portions are large, and there is live music also. So this would be amazing. So he is already ready to spend. Don't break his actions. You see, this man, they have pride in themselves. You know, they make money, they want to spend them, and they want somebody to appreciate that they want to spend them. So don't be cheap at this point. He will not appreciate it. Be practical, but don't count pennies. They will not appreciate it, honestly. They love when a woman knows what she wants, and she appreciates good stuff. You know, if he will ask you, what do you want for your birthday gift, don't tell him, oh no, no, I don't want nothing. Or don't tell him something like, well, I would really use a vacuum cleaner. um, don't say something like this. Say something like, I would really love a statement jewelry so I can give it to our kids as a heirloom in the future. That would really be like an amazing thing for a man, energy of earth, to hear. He might not give you graph earrings at that moment, but at least you'll be like, this is a woman for me. I would want to have a mother like this for my children. Also, I wrote here, don't say, I don't like flowers, they die too fast. Say, I would rather get something tangible or an experience. This shows him that you are not just frivolous spender, but you are actually thoughtful and practical. Again, this is in the first, as soon as you start interacting. Now, where to meet a man like this and how to conquer. A man like this, they usually go to the same places, they hang out with the same people, so you can find them. It doesn't mean that they don't leave their house, of course they do, but usually they're very consistent at where they go. Country clubs, golf clubs, they go to all these yacht shows, but not just to make an appearance. They really go there to look at the boats, to socialize. If you are religious, even if you go to church, this man go to church. So like this, they're consistent. Now, how to win him over? You need to be confident. I mean, confidence is good for everybody, but with this man, you have to be confident. They're confident and grounded. You have to be confident and grounded. You have to be practical, I already said, and you have to be sure about the space you are in. Like you need to own it. If with energy of fire, you come to a place and you just like you're like a star in that place. You're so bright. Everybody's paying attention to you, you know. And with energy of water, you're just so sweet and caring about everybody. With energy of earth, you just need to be confident about yourself and in the place where you are. So if you come into country club for lunch, and they allow non-members, I mean, you just come in and you feel confident. Hey, I made a reservation. Party of one or party of two, whatever, depending who you come in with. And you just feel very comfortable, very, you know where you can meet a man like this? In the Breakers. So anyway, in West Palm Beach, you can meet men like this, especially at hotels, or in Miami. What is that place? I loved it. In Coral Springs, not Coral Springs, Coral Gables. Really nice also old hotel. They have like breakfast lunch specials, and it's not only elderly people, different kind of men and women go there. So, and men like this, they appreciate good service and good food and quality kind of. This is the man. That's where you want to, and you need to own the space. Own it. Don't just be bright and shiny. Feel good there. So when you come to country club, like I loved going to country clubs. I don't know, I just enjoy this quiet, not even country clubs, but this all the hotels. I love them. I love their restaurants. I love the ambience. And when I come there, I feel very comfortable. So I come, I have lunch with my friends, or with whoever I'm coming with, and I just feel very confident, very in place there. They appreciate women like this. So if you're coming to somewhere, feel good. Don't be like, oh, wow, now I've been here, or oh my God, my first time drinking wine out of a glass. No, I mean, even if you don't feel confident, act like you somewhat feel confident. At least act normal. Don't take pictures of every single food that comes to the table. Don't bloggers are not for man energy of earth. Like this. Okay, that's it on man energy of earth. If you have any questions, please do ask them really fast. To recap, man energy of earth are amazing men. Even though they're feminine, they're the best husbands. Why? Because they're very consistent. They have a plan. They care about people that matter in their life, and they care really good. They even care about you even when you already don't care about them. Once they commit for life. They're really good on paper, so they always have amazing credit score. They always have savings, even when they say they don't, they do. Never met a man with energy of earth that doesn't have money. They always do. They have investments. They have different portfolios. They have different plans, different pension plans. They're really good like that. What you should not expect from them is a special kind of bond, emotional bond. It's not them, honestly. They don't care like that. Now, what you can also expect is good presence, thoughtful presence, expensive presence. They don't do cheap stuff unless you're cheap. So don't be cheap with yourself around man energy of earth. Even if he will tell you, oh, why are you spending money on something that's not important? Well, he wouldn't. Managers don't say that. They usually say, oh, you deserve this. But even if he would say something like that, don't pay him no mind. He secretly loves that. Now, in appearance, they usually are handsome. I would say they're not bright handsome like energy of fire, but they're quietly handsome. But they usually have very good features, very symmetrical, maybe a little heavy. But for men, these are beautiful features. So to say, it makes men handsome. When that's basically you need to be confident whenever you go with the man like this. Don't be bright, don't be loud, just be confident, feel confident in your own skin. And don't be overly cheap. Be practical, but don't count how much you spend or not like that. They don't like that. They work hard to have money. They appreciate people that appreciate them spending money on them, like that. So if a man is taking you to dinner, trust me, he already studied the whole menu. He's ready to pay for the whole menu. If he's taking you to dinner, order whatever you like. You want the caviar, order caviar. You want lobster, order lobster. He already studied everything. He already knows that in case you will order caviar, he might pay extra, but this is just he's ready for that. Now you can go with manager of fire, and he will tell you order anything you want, and you will order, and he will spend his last dollars on it. Or energy of air that will say, yeah, let's go to this place, and then he'll be like, oh, you ordering caviar? Or energy of water that will be there sitting and shaking that you're ordering caviar. Man, energy of earth, if they invite you somewhere, they're ready to pay. So don't you worry about it. You're confident, you know what you want, order it. Okay, that's it on the man energy of earth. And they do love good food and quality food. So if you are with such a man, make sure that you're a foodie, or at least you don't mind him to be one, and and appreciate this. Now, on the other hand, they don't really want a wife that would be a housekeeper for them. So they appreciate a woman that can keep the house, but they don't need a housekeeper that's always in apron, like cleaning. Like, they do want to have a woman that can keep the house, but she can organize the house without her being involved in this, kind of like that. All right, that's it. I hope it's useful. We're closing this subject, understanding man, and in the next video I will talk about something else. Okay, if you know somebody who can benefit from this video, please send them, and please do like, comment, and follow me. And if you have any suggestions for the next videos, please share them with me. I would very much love to hear that. All right, thank you everybody. Enjoy your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye everybody.